You know, there's been a lot of talk in recent years about a bucket list and what is a bucket list, how to use a bucket list. Well, today we're going to talk about how to make a bucket list. So, what is a bucket list? Well, a bucket list is just a list of ideas of things that you want to do or accomplish as part of your life. And usually when people talk about bucket list, it's kind of bigger things. So exciting, fun, different, amazing things. So things that get us up off the chair, out into life, and pursuing our dreams. So that's kind of the purpose behind a bucket list, is to help us achieve and accomplish things in life. So in one sense, a bucket list is kind of like goals of things that we want to do and things that we want to accomplish in our life. Well, I want to share with you an experience that I had just a few weeks ago about my bucket list, and kind of some insight or an aha really that I had about this. Because I have a bucket list and I have on there a bunch of things that I want to do and accomplish in my life. Well, a few weeks ago, my wife and I went to Costa Rica. And while we were there, we were looking for things to do. And the resort where we were staying, one of the individuals that worked there mentioned about going to a beach. And he said that this beach had the best surfing in the whole area. Well, I have never really even thought about or wanted to surf, but I don't know why. Because from a young age, I learned to skateboard, and I enjoyed skateboarding. When I got a little bit older, I learned to snow ski, to water ski, and then I snowboarded. The first time that I saw the ocean, because I live in Utah, so there's no ocean around here, and the first time I saw the ocean was when I was about 18 years old, and our family went on vacation to California. And I remember the first time experiencing the ocean. It was nighttime, so it was dark, but we were driving along and we found a beach. And I remember how exciting and fun it was to go and just stand in the water and to feel the waves and to feel the sand going out from underneath my feet. And I remember my dad telling us and kind of teaching us how to body surf. So we went out into the ocean in our clothes, in the dark, at night, and our dad was showing us how to catch waves and body surf. Well, as I got a little bit older and got married, and our family began taking trips to Southern California, we ended up buying boogie boards, and because boogie boarding was better than body surfing, it was easier to catch the waves and a lot more fun. But it never occurred to me to surf, and I'm not sure why. I think it must have just been that filter, in my brain that said, you live in Utah, it's not worth it to ever learn how to surf because you're not near an ocean. You're not going to be able to surf very often or spend the time to get good at surfing. The other thing that's interesting about this, though, is I love surfing. I remember from a young age when I was, probably about 8 or 10 years old. I don't even know the name of the movie, but every year at the same time there was a surfing movie that would come on TV. And I remember watching that movie every year. As I got a little bit older, I enjoyed watching surfing, and especially surfers that would catch the big waves. A few years ago, I bought a video called Riding Giants, which was all about the history of surfing from its infancy all the way through to today, where they are riding those big giant waves. At Recreation Retreat, our residential treatment center for teen girls, we do groups that I call video therapy, where we watch movies and discuss and learn from them. Well, a couple of my favorite videos to use are, one, Soul Surfer, which is the story of Bethany Hamilton and her surfing career. And then another one called Chasing Mavericks, which is about some big waves in California and the men that surfed those waves before those waves became popular. So I kind of always had this attraction for surfing and yet never really thought about doing it. Well, when we were in Costa Rica, the thought just came to my mind, I'm going to try to surf. I'm going to take a surfing lesson. So we went to the beach that we were told about, and I paid for a surfing lesson, had a great teacher who took me out, and I'm getting to be a little bit old. I'm 57, not quite as in shape as I once was, and getting up is a little bit harder. So thank goodness they gave me a huge board that's pretty stable, but it was still a challenge of being able to stand up and have the wave push you in. Well, after a few tries, I don't know, maybe 10 tries, I was finally able to stand up. And once I got the hang of it, almost every wave after that, well, maybe every other wave, I was able to catch and to ride in. Now, granted, these are little waves, but I got the experience of standing up on a surfboard and having the wave push me into shore. When I was done with that, I said to my wife, I says, Tony, why haven't I ever done this? Because after doing it, I just felt like I want to do it more. And I can do it more. I mean, we enjoy going on vacations to places where the ocean is. And so instead of just boogie boarding, you know, I could surf. And the more I practice, the better I can get. Now, I'll probably never get real good, but I can get better. Plus, I'm enjoying the experience of learning it and doing it. So here's what I would suggest to you in making a bucket list, is keep it wide open. So be aware of the filters that you may have going on in your brain that is filtering out the thoughts and ideas of things that maybe you would enjoy doing and that you could do if you just really considered it and thought about it. The experience for me was amazing, and it's helped me to go back and look at my bucket list and add some other things that otherwise I may not have added, which is going to allow me to experience more things in my life, which will bring me more joy, more happiness, and more experiences that I can share with others, like I was able to share this one with you. So go out, create your bucket list, and then go fill it. So earlier in today's video, I mentioned our residential treatment center recreation retreat. If you would like to know about that, visit our website at recreationretreat.com. That's re-creationretreat.com.